Samputassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sakan Tim, and I live in the USA. First, I would like to give my homage respect to the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. So today is a very special day. It's a Pchum Ben season, so I'm so excited about the Dharma discussion. So today's discussion is about Bon Pchum Ben in English version. So we will find out why we celebrated, what is the morale behind this, and why it's so special. I will monitor and collect all questions from our audience and will respond toward the end. Please type it on the comment section. And so without further ado, I would like to pay my respect to our three special speakers. Our first speaker is Venerable Soktivi. He is the founder of Dhammika Life Foundation, who is currently residing in the USA. And our second speaker is Venerable Hat Seng Hai. He is the founder of Buddhism for Education, who is residing in Cambodia. And our third speaker is Venerable Hun Kamra. He is the executive director of International Cambodian Buddhist Center, Sri Lanka. And I think he has the most beautiful chanting voice. You will find out later at the end when he gives us the Metta Bhavana. So let's get more insight about Bon Pchum Ben, starting with our first question with Venerable Soktivi. Hello, Venerable Soktivi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So what is Bon Pchum Ben? How is it observed?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. First of all, I would like to pay homage to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and my high respect to Venerable Mahasangha, especially to Venerable speakers who are presenting in this live show. Also, greeting to all lay devotees and friends of the universe, as today we have come more than halfway of Bon Pchum Ben. Today in America is the 10 days of Pchum Ben. So a lot of people are celebrating Bon Pchum Ben, especially Khmer people. No matter where they stay in the world, they usually celebrate this Pchum Ben day. So if we look at the term Bon Pchum Ben, we have three words in it. Bon is the ceremony or festival. Pchum is the collection or gathering. And Ben or Bandek is the rice ball. So combine these three terms together, we see that this ceremony is usually held, which people bring food. Sometimes people may call it as a potluck, my potluck, because people bring a lot of food and to the temple to offer to the monk. So actually, this is a pure Khmer traditional festival, but it is related very closely with Buddhism. So traditionally, this ceremony bring the sense of unity and solidarity to Khmer people in the present time. And for the past, people think it is a remembrance day of our ancestors who have devoted themselves for the sake of the country and their faith. For those who practice Buddhism, especially Khmer Buddhists, it is a period of alms offering to the virtuous people, to support the monks at the temple during their 3 months rain retreat Vasa. And by offering foods and donation to support the monk who are the virtuous people. With that merit being accumulated, one can dedicate and share to one's departed relatives, those who passed away as well. And so we see in general view that this Chumban Day is usually celebrated for 15 days, which start from the first wedding day of Patek or Patrobot months, the 10 months of the lunar calendar, probably around September to October. And we see whenever there is Bon Pchum Ben arriving, people gathering to the temple in the evening. They invite the monks to do parita chanting or the blessing ceremony with the monks, recitation of Dhamma, and then followed by Dhamma talks explaining various things, especially concerning with the Mangala Sutta and Parapava Sutta. And after the Dhamma talk, most of the temple usually conducted the Parapava Sutta hymn chanting, so that people can listen and understand some of the good idea, some of the good teachings from the Buddha himself, which includes in Parapava Sutta the cause of downfall. So we see that a lot of family gathering to the temple, both in the evening and in the morning, to celebrate this Bon Pchum Ben. And we also have the 3 days holidays in Cambodia. The government of Cambodia allow 3 holidays, 3 days for Pchum Ben holidays at the end, so people can return to their hometown in the countryside, being united with the family, and give support and care to their relatives and parents, and such thing we can see in Bon Pchum Ben. And that is just a general view which Pchum Ben is always observed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I always go to temple and I did not know what the word Bon Pchum Ben means, so now I know. So thank you so much. So our second question goes to Venerable Singh. Hi. Is it good afternoon there, right? It's good evening. It's in Cambodia, right?
Yeah. Good evening from Cambodia and good morning in US.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. And how about you?
I'm great, thank you.
Yeah.
And so we have a questions for you.
Mm-hmm. May I have a question for you first?
I do.
Yeah, I want to know, did you go to temple for this traditional festival?
Yes, I did. I went on Monday, and so I stayed for the whole ceremony.
What temple?
The temple is we call it what is the name of the temple? But it's the new temple in Seattle.
New temple in Seattle.
Yes, and we have Venerable Soktivi. He resides at that temple. Yes.
And how about the people coming to temple? Did you observe many people coming to temple, or just a very few?
It's few because due to COVID-19. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So is still outbreak in US, or is a bit silent?
We still have it.
Outbreak.
Yes,
so
still an outbreak.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, well, welcome to the question now.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you have the answer for me. Okay, all right. Why Khmer people celebrate Bon Pchum Ben?
Oh, why? So thank you. First of all, I would like to pay my great homage to the 3 Pojam, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and my respect to the 2 most venerable Soktiawi and Venerable Camera, who are very good speakers here, and hello to moderator as well. And hello everyone who are watching our live show today. It is very special program that we do it in English. Actually, yesterday already done in Khmer, right? Because some people just comment that why we speak in English, why don't speak Khmer? Of course we did. We do it yesterday already. So today is special because we are not only in Cambodia, but our people living abroad mostly. So for the young generation, they really want to understand what our culture is, what our tradition is. Especially now, we are celebrating our tradition, that is Kanben and Chumban Day, right? So the question for me, why we celebrate Kanben and Chumban Day? Actually, as what we just mentioned at the moment, it is our tradition. Yeah, our Khmer tradition combined with Buddhism. So we now in Cambodia, Buddhism is the state religion in our national constitution. So we all have to abide and have to follow our tradition. So for Kanban and Chumban Day, I want to um, talk three main aspects that we all celebrate Kanban Day. The reason. So first one, to show our gratitude. So I think it's very good tradition that Cambodian people always practice gratitude. You know, usually as a children we are grateful to our parents, right? But it's not only for our parents, but also for all people who are the Cambodian the same. And actually it's just not for the living people, the people who are alive, but for those who depart. I mean, for those who have gone to another world, we also have uh, the ceremony to show that we are grateful to them, especially for Kanban and Chumban. We show our gratitude to our ancestors. Just like what we mentioned, we have our ancestor, our people who have devoted themselves for our nation, build out a lot of temple to preserve our tradition and culture, that now we just heritage all of things that our ancestors have done a lot of things for us. So in this occasion, we have to do something which to return, like to bring food to the monk, to temple, to dedicate the marriage to our departed one, that they all are our ancestors. So this is a good thing that we do it traditionally, also with Buddhism as well. Traditionally, that we believe that our ancestors will receive our merit, and in Buddhism we have to go to temple so that we follow the way that Buddha mentioned, how to transfer, how to dedicate the merit to the departed one. Just do with the monks and with the virtuous person, and we dedicate that merit to our departed one. So this is the first thing, and the second thing. For the Kanban and Chumban, to show our unity and our solidarity, because in 15 days many people come into temple, and even they live from far away from the family. They come to their own hometown, and they bring some food and take turn as kanwen, to support the monk in temple. It's not only the monk, but for the people who live in the village. They go to temple and share the food together, and many things that they can do together. And especially on the last day that we say Shumban, many people will join this ceremony, and they will smile. They will talk something which is good, and they will be happy with the family. To show our solidarity as my and do something which is good for our nation. Second and the third, I think it's very good. The third one is why we celebrate Chumban Day, because we want to preserve and maintain our tradition and culture. And we know that when our culture and tradition are alive, the nation will alive. If we lose it, the nation also will die. So we do it together to preserve our tradition and culture as Cambodian people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great insight. So it's a gratitude toward our ancestors, and also have the opportunity for Kan Ben, right? And so very, very, very beautiful explanations. Thank you, Venerable Hasikai.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
So our third question is goes to Venerable Hun Camera. Good afternoon? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sister from Cambodia. Yeah.
How are you?
Doing great. Yes.
Oh,
All right.
It's busy.
Very busy. I'm sure it's a very busy season for all three of the masters here, the special guest speakers. My question is that the relation. Could you give us the what is the relationship between Pchum Ben and Buddhism?
Okay. Thank you very much, sister, for the question. So, may my homage to the Buddha, to the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And very good evening from Cambodia to all venerable sirs, and especially our two venerable speakers, Venerable Dhammasena Singhai and Venerable Monipoto Soktibi, and Sister Sakon, who is the moderator, and other devotees who are very supportive to make this event happen, and all devotees around the globe, my friends in Dhamma. So the linkage between Pchum Ben and Buddhism, is speechless for me, because it's really tough to put the philosophy in words to elaborate the relationship between Pchum Ben and Buddhism. But let me say this, like even every single of us, almost including venerated monks, devotees of Cambodia, confine this particular ceremony to only transferring merits to our departed ones. But for me, it's far beyond what we are witnessing from the superficial level. And it is not something wrong with us, because I think our younger generation, including us, we have been socially internalized, told that Pchum Ben is just for that purpose, transferring merits to our departed ones. So once we hear the Pchum Ben, the kinds of remembering Donta ancestors will arise in our mind. So this is how we have been, mentally, socially internalized and told. But in reality, in fact, it is not only transferring merits to our departed ones, but in reality, in fact, in Buddhism, in order to transfer merits to our departed ones, first of all, we human or person who are alive must collect that quality first. It means we must collect the merits first before transferring merits to our departed ones. This is our young generation have to remember. You cannot transfer merits to our departed ones. It can be our ancestors, it can be your late father, your late mother, grandpa, grandma, whoever passed away. In order to transfer merits to them, you have to cultivate your spiritual quality first. So the entire ceremony is the embodiment, is the manifestation of practicing Buddhism. It's about cultivation, wholesomeness. It's about cultivation of goodness within us before we give it to others. So and this is the point. This is the platform that we build our good qualities. So what I want to say, every religious performance activity being conducted during the Pchum Ben is recommended, is accepted by Buddhism. I mean, from the morning until the evening. And as Honorable Soktivi said, let me briefly explain the the program. Like morning, you have to recite in Cambodia. 3:30 people get up together. They pay homage to the Buddha, recite the Parit chanting, recite the Parabhava Sutta. Then again, they offer breakfast to the monk, offer lunch to the monk, and evening Parit chanting, Dhamma talk. So the whole day is full of spiritual involvement. So it is related to Buddhism because, I mean, even our main purpose is to reach enlightenment. But in Milinda Panya, it is said that in order to realize the enlightenment, to reach enlightenment, first you have to collect enough good virtues first. Without having enough sufficient good qualities, you cannot reach the enlightenment. So what I want to say, it is related to Buddhism because Buddhism is existential. It is the present. So, and this ceremony, it is, in fact, it is for us who are alive. Even we say, okay, I go to temple to transfer merits to my ancestor. No, but in reality, in fact, according to Buddhism, we are doing for ourselves. And this is how we connect Pchum Ben to Buddhism. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So it is very important for everyone to actually kind of like cleanse ourself, our heart, to be wholesome in order to transfer that merit to our ancestors. So that is very, very, very interesting, and it's very important. So thank you so much for your insight, Venerable on camera. And so we have, this is for all the speakers. So I'm going to go to Venerable Soktivi. What are morals of Bon Pchum Ben, especially concerned with Mangala Sutta and Parabhava Sutta? Can you give some examples from these suttas?
Okay. Thank you for the question. Yeah, we have talked a little bit earlier about Mangala Sutta and Bon Pchum Ben. I believe a lot of people have been familiar with the Mangala Sutta that composed of 38 high blessings from the Buddha himself. He expounded in the Suttanta Pitaka when a deity, a Deva, approached the Buddha and asked what is the cause which lead one to progress and prosperity and blessing. So the Buddha expounded with 38 kinds of blessing. For example, not to associate with the fool, to associate with the wise, having lived in a suitable place, having done a meritorious deed in the past, using or speaking, using the right speech, not telling lies, supporting one's parent, being contented with one's wife, and conversation of Dhamma accordingly, being patient, refraining from evil action, and etc. There are so many 38 high blessings, so I just take out briefly, and that has been expounded by the Buddha in the Mangala Sutta, the way to progress, to prosperity and blessing if one practices according to this sutta. Well, at the same time, after having taught the Mangala Sutta, the Devas was wondering what were the cause which lead one to downfall and devastation. So the Buddha further expounded Parāpava Sutta, the cause of one's downfall and ruin, and that there are 12 factors which lead one to the downfall. I'm just gonna take out some example, like those who are not pleasing with good advice with the Dharma, associating with the fool, those who does not support and take care of one's elderly parents, those who cheat or tell lies with the recluse or monks, those who have who are endowed with great wealth but look down upon other people and friends and relatives, those who those who enjoy with the three kinds of downfall, like womanization, alcoholic drinks, and game or casino, etc. Such stuff are the causes of downfall. If one practice or follow those factors which will lead one to downfall. So the Buddha not just expound about the way to development and progress, but he also told us about the way which lead one to downfall, and that we can try to avoid from those factors. So we can see that whenever Bon Pchum Ben celebrated, the monks usually giving the Dhamma talk about the Mangala Sutta way of progress, in order to remind us some good action that we need to develop more and more, and some good action that we have already practiced, we need to maintain it and generate it more so that we become good person. While doing so, we also need to know what are some causes of downfall that one needs to avoid in order to live happily. And so one can be, destroyed by one's own evil action. And that is the meaning of Parāpava Sutta. And I really appreciate our ancestors, especially the Khmer Buddhist monk scholars who have combined and extracted these suttas from the Buddha himself in order for us to recite and chant during Parāpava Sutta. And we can hear, through the social medias, through the through the microphone, in every temple during Pchum Ben, we see that they play this chanting of Parāpava Sutta, and we listen very, it was very sweet. It was very interesting way of chanting, which can attract people's attention to listen to. And I think that's very, it's very smart idea that our ancestors used this technique to convey the Buddha's teaching to our heart. We listen not just for its sweetness of the sound, but we rather consider about the meaning, the morals which we can learn from those sutta, very practical to our daily life if we can practice those. And I'm not going to mention in detail, because we have other two venerable speakers who will explain and give some specific example onto that. So I just roughly mention about the Mangala Sutta and the Parāpava Sutta, that it is very useful for us as Khmer people while celebrating Bon Pchum Ben. We're not just enjoying and celebrating the Bon, but at the same time, we also learn something from the Buddha's teaching. Some people, they have even never approached the temple their whole life. But because of Bon Pchum Ben, it brings the spirit of solidarity. People coming together, enjoy sharing food, listening to the Dhamma, listening to the Parita recitation, and also collecting, generating more good deeds, wholesome deed. And some people offering alms to the monks. With that, they share merit to their departed relatives. I think this is very good way which has been combined in this tradition in relation with the Parapava Sutta and the Mangala Sutta. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very lovely. So I joined the last night for the little bit of Bharat Sutta. And so I just found out that there's one sections that I didn't really know is about like enjoying the food, that you should share others when you have delicious food. But I was a little greedy. So when I heard this, when I find out, I said, oh, okay, I think I better start to share. So thank you so much for that insight. And so we will go to Venerable Hat Sing Hai. What are morals of Bon Pchum Ben, especially concerned with Mangala Sutta and Para Baba Sutta? Can you give some examples from these suttas, please? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sakon. Yeah, thank you, Sakon. Sorry. I think you just mentioned your own change that after you listen to Parabhava Sutta about eating food, that keep yourself that before you don't share with others, and after understanding that meaning of downfall, we say we need in Khmer. So you start sharing, right? So can you just tell me more a little bit about you share your food? You start sharing or just
Actually, no. I have I always share my food, but if I have that one delicious food, I like to keep it to myself.
So okay, very good. So yeah, better to share with others because it's delicious. So to make other people also enjoy it, the good food as well, right? Yeah, especially monks. You know, they hardly get that delicious food, so should invite monks. So that's kind of sharing, you know. Yeah, thank you. But back to the question, is about something that we observe and we practice in Kanban and Chumban Day, especially concerning the Mangala Sutta and Parapava Sutta, especially Parapava Sutta alone, that the monks always recite loudly, loudly in temple, and especially every morning, every temple every morning, but some temple also too early morning, start from the 3 o'clock in the early morning. It's not supposed to do in this way. It should be at 4 or 5, because some people complain about it, and just yeah, it's something that we have to consider. Yeah, it should start at 4 or 4:30. It's better, not too early. Sometimes even 2 o'clock. Not really good. And the speaker are very loud, not too loud. Sometimes just should be in the compound of our temple, or in some villages if the temple is far away from the in Cambodia we have the temple which is far away from the villages, like alone or in the between the village. Should have the loudspeaker, but sometimes the temple is inside the village, so just make the speaker which is suitable for everyone. Something that we have to consider, because I got a complaint from some people, so I have to talk in this way. But maybe not in Khmer. In Khmer is better. And I want to elucidate a little bit about Mangala Sutta. What is Mangala Sutta? it is the discourse that we talk about the blessing, right? Like what about here we just mentioned, the Buddha talk about 38 blessings. Yeah. If one one happiness, they have to practice the 38 blessings, starting from not associate with the fool. And Parapavasada, this is the discourse talk about the downfall. What is the downfall? The cause of the downfall. The cause of the downfall in Khmer had basic divinity. The cause of the downfall had basic divinity. We have 12. So I think many people understand already what are the 12. But I think it's very important for everyone to take it in practical life, to apply it in our daily life. It's very helpful for us. If we understand the cause of the downfall and then we avoid and we know the way to make our life happy, that is Mangala Sutta. But I think our tradition mainly talk about Parapavasutta only in the Kanban day, not in general day usually. Even the monk themselves, myself, sometimes forget it, not to talk about Parapavasutta. Just only in Kanban day for 15 days, we talk about Parapavasutta. Our ancestor, our like what about here we just mentioned that our learned scholar that try to pursue all the people to understand Parapavasutta. So they have that tradition in Kanban day. It's very good, very good. But I encourage all Buddhist mind and all Cambodians to think, to understand Parapavasutta and in our daily life, because we now are committing, we now how to say like accused to all that Parapavasutta. For example, drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol is the cause of the downfall that the Buddha mentioned in the 12 Parapavasutta. So we now, everywhere Cambodian people really enjoy it, that drinking alcohol, even know that is the damage of everything, but they really like it, and we want to change our habit, our society. So I think we have to think of the Buddha's teaching to take Parapavasutta, to know that it is the Parapavasutta, it is the cause of downfall. So we have to avoid it, and we have to do something which is more beneficial to society. Or sometimes we don't think of our society, but we have to think of ourselves. Just drinking alcohol, when you drive, maybe sometimes you got accident, you got accident for yourself, it's okay. But sometimes the people who are traveling along the way, along the road, they will also affect, also got traffic accident, the same to you as well. It's very, how to say, like, the great tragedy that we lost family, we lost resourceful person for our nation. So a lot of things that if we understand Parapavasutta, and then we can change our society. That's why our tradition keep doing it in Kanban Day. But as I mentioned earlier, we should not just hearing only in Kanban Day, but for every day to understand Parapavasutta and also Mangala Sutta. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have a little question. May I ask you? Then we'll sing hi. Or 3, Mangala Sutta. You indicated that we practice not only Pchum Ben. Mangala Sutta is for everyday practice, right?
Right.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
Sutta as well.
And then the Parabhava Sutta is just only for Pchum Ben Day.
Not really. That's why I want to illustrate. I want to explain in this way that sometimes we only hearing monk chanting or talk about Parabhava Sutta in Parabhava Sutta. I think in Khmer is better, right? we say para pivot only in Pchum Ben Day. Actually, it's just not only in Pchum Ben Day, but also we have to take this para pivot to apply in our daily life every day. And I also encourage Buddhist man not to talk about para pivot only in Pchum Ben Day. When we have any occasion, I mean, when we have time, like we have opportunity, when the people invite us for a Dhamma talk, we also should talk about Parapavasota, what is the cause of the downfall. So we have to teach them, to avoid all those downfalls and find out the way to develop happiness by Mangala Sutta for everyday daily life. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So another word, it's just like back to Venerable Sok TV and Venerable Hon Kama. It's just doing good things, practice doing wholesome for ourselves, so that we can, we can pass on the good merits to our ancestors. And so, thank you. Do we have any questions from our audience? Let's see. I don't think we have any questions.
I think you can go with the Venerable
Yes.
Camera. He has not talked yet.
First, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. So, Venerable, okay. The most beautiful chanting voice one. Yes. Venerable, on camera, what are morals of Bon Pchum Ben, especially concerned with Mangala Sutta and Bhava Sutta? Can you give some examples from these suttas?
Okay, thank you, sister, for the question. And the fact I understand is our ancestors are absolutely intelligent. You know why? Because this ceremony is solely, purposely created for us. It's created for us. And I think our ancestors wanted us to integrate the way of life in Buddhism, or the Buddhist way of life, into our day-to-day life. And as I told you, even we have confined this particular ceremony just to only transferring merits to our departed ones, but it's beyond that. We cultivating generosity, being kind and compassionate to our departed ones, and gratitude, grateful to what they did for us. So gratitude is very important because it's very rare quality among human beings. And right understanding, we have to understand what is right, what is wrong. If we commit, more crime or unwholesome deeds, we will be hungry ghosts. So this is the message, remind us every single day. And solidarity, you do it as the family, one goal, one intention. And sharing culture is very important, sister. Sharing is caring. So if you can share the best you have, you will get the best. So this is the Buddhist philosophy. I think these are the qualities which our ancestors wanted us to integrate in our life, to have a peaceful environment or the country. To be honest, we cannot expect only from the politicians, to lead our country. As a citizen, we have to change the way we think, we have to change our qualities. This is what our ancestors wanted from us. That is why I told you this ceremony was created purposely for us to cultivate our good qualities. And these qualities are mentioned in Mahamangala Sutta. So let me say this: the real life highest blessing, auspices, must be created and must be accumulated by who? By ourselves. Through what? Through the way we talk, through the way we do, through the way we think. So the real life highest blessing must be created. So the real development in Buddhism is about material and spiritual. So I think this is the point that our ancestors understand. To develop a country, you need not only the people, but you need the people with discipline. So this is what Buddhism wanted from us. And yeah, as you asked that, okay, if Mangala Sutta, if Parabhava Sutta are absolutely brilliant, to uphold the social values in society, why they are chanted during the Pchum Ben? To be honest, no. They can be chanted wherever you want, whenever you want. The thing is, why our ancestors put it particularly into Pchum Ben? Because we are very hectic, we are very busy. Sometimes you don't have time to remember your mom, your dad. Even sometimes you forget your lunch, your breakfast. This is how human behave in the modern society, in the today's society. So they are more intelligent than us. That is why they include Parabhava Sutta in Pchum Ben Day. Because you know why? It is a spiritual vacation. It is a spiritual vacation. You need that. You need that. So you are very busy, people. You need spiritual vacation. You need to cultivate gratitude. You have to remember your mom, your dad, even they have passed away. 100 years or 2,000 years ago. So this quality is for us. When you cultivate this quality, you are the rich one. You are rich by heart, not just rich by materiality. Okay, so this is what I understand, and they have to have more. So whatever I have mentioned are incorporated in Mangala Sutta and in Parabhava Sutta. But let me say this. So cultivate gratitude like Mata Pitu Patana. You have to treat your parents, and sister share very good example from Parabhava Sutta. So sharing is caring. In Parabhava Sutta, you are not okay. If you have a chance to share, please don't eat alone. That is what Parabhava Sutta told us. And you can ask the question, why Buddha recommended us to do that? Because to be honest, greediness is very dangerous to some extent, like kinds of grasping or attachment to something. So when we are talking about attachment, because some people misunderstand that, attached to nice girl, attached to handsome boy is just only the attachment. No, attachment to the delicious food is an attachment. Attachment to the beautiful music is an attachment. So attachment doesn't have the real incentives or the stimuli. It's everything. So, and why we learn to attach? Because one day we have to say goodbye to everything, even our delicious food. So, and there are many good morals and lessons we can learn from Parabhava Sutta and Mahamangala Sutta. But let me say this, because our young generation don't have enough time to read. Buddha said, if you want to be successful, not to decline, you have to be energetic, because laziness is the way to downfall. Okay, sister? Laziness. Because Parabhava Sutta said that. And oversleep, sleep too much is the way to downfall. And sometimes, how to call that, like getting together and just talking nothing, talking useless thing is bad. So this is the lesson we can learn from Buddhism. It's very, as I told you, pragmatic and very existential for our day-to-day life. And final one, this is, we have to understand, Buddhism is about not only material development, it's about spiritual development. Because you know why? Real happiness, real life, highest blessing is to be created by human being. If you want to be, if you want to have a happy life, if you want to have a happy family, you have to follow whatever mentioned in the Parabhava Sutta as much as you can. Because, let me say again, the the terrific, the terrible downfall, decline is having too much wife and gambling. Okay, this is what Buddha said. And final one is alcoholism. Alcoholism. These three are very dangerous for our life, and we decline not in terms of spirituality, but our physical health. And not only that, your economy will decline. So there is a recession in your life if you don't manage your welfare. And just count, if you drink one beer every month, just count how much you spend for beer. And you waste your money and you waste your health. So that is why Buddha say they are the causes for downfall. So there are many lessons we can learn from Mahamangala Sutta and Parabhava Sutta. But that's all from me for our young generation. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for our three speakers. I so beautifully. So everything that we do, our daily life, we have to be reminded of ourselves. And is it good? Is this good for us? Or is this bad? And so it's good to change our habit. I know we love to sleep as well. Every one of us here, especially in the United States, we love to sleep. And so sleep a little less, wake up, we can meditate and exercise. And so it makes us refresh. And so thank you so much. It was such a beautiful, good explanations about Bon Pchum Ben. And so I would like to ask each three of your speakers just give us your last message. Venerable Sok TV, what is your last message for us?
Thank you for the last message. Happy Bon Pchum Ben, and I encourage Khmer people, not just Khmer people, but actually this Bon Pchum Ben is also can be observed by anyone regardless of faith or belief. But I encourage those, mostly Khmer people because they have been so busy for their daily tasks. So this is a time that you should spend for your beloved parents, to visit them, to take care of them, to support them, and also coming to the temple, doing some charity. This is not for actually specifically for others, but also for yourself, accumulating more good action for yourself. And also just like Venerable Hon Kamra said, it's like a spiritual vacation, because you've been so busy almost all the time, even you sometimes forget about your life. And so it's a time to think about your spiritual development. This is like a good vacation for you to dive deep into insight about your inner quality, thinking about how you can develop more good deeds for yourself, for this life to be meaningful, not just living a life of busyness with material things, which finally we cannot bring along with all of those properties and materials to the next world, to the next life. And only spiritual development, good action and bad action we have done in our lifetime will follow us beyond this world. So my final message is that try to do more good, avoid evil, and purify your mind. Happy Bon Pchum Ben. Thank you.
Thank you. Venerable Hat Seng Hai, what's your last message for us?
Yeah, thank you so much, and very happy Kanban Day to Venerable Kiwi, to Venerable Camera, to our beautiful moderators, Coin, and happy Kanban Day to everyone who are watching our live show today. As I mentioned earlier, it is very special program that we do it in English, and we already done it in Khmer yesterday for Damika Live. And my last message for all of you, as I mentioned earlier about the meaning or the moral of Ganbandi, we have to do three things. That is to show our gratitude, the first one, and the second, to have unity, to show our solidarity among Khmer and Khmer people, even living in Cambodia or live abroad. And the third is to maintain and to preserve our tradition and culture. So my message is that we should not show it only in this occasion, in this season that is Kanban Day and Chumban Day, but we have to, preserve it. We have to do it in our daily life. So actually, 15 days just kind of remind that the good thing we have to do. Sometimes we forget to do it, like to be grateful to our ancestors, to be grateful to our parents. We say living God. Living God is our most beautiful, priceless thing that we have, like our mother, our father, that who are alive. So we have to do something good for them, and they can understand about you that you are the good children. So you have to do it in our daily life. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Venerable Hun Camera, do you have the last message for us?
Yep, sister, I have to do. So my last message is every culture, every tradition, every ethnicity, has their own tradition to showcase the world that this is Khmer, this is Sri Lanka, this is Thai, this is Vietnam. So Shumban is one and only tradition which we all together have to preserve and hand it over to next generation, because in future our next generation need more and more mental vacation, spiritual vacation, because the society is gravitating towards the spiritual decline. So it is necessary, needed for our next generation. And yes, Buddhism is, having ethnicity or race or nationality, but to show the world, Shumban is the embodiment or is the identity of Khmer Buddhist, of Buddhism in Cambodia. And we are proud to tell the world that our ancestors are very intelligent. That is why they created this ceremony for us, for more spiritual development. So let me say our monks and adults, please explain, not only transferring merits to the departed ones, explain the real significance of Shumban to the next generation. Because when your children are good, you will be benefited at your sick bed or at your deathbed. So this is my message. Let us do it together. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you very much for all the three special speakers for sharing your knowledge and taking the time to explain us for this hot topic of Chumben. Thank you for the Dhammika admin staff and Bob Gazan, our IT support. And so to wrap it up, this program would like to request Venerable Hun Kanra for Metta Bhavana.
Thank you, sister, for inviting me to lead the meditation session. Please find a very comfortable posture wherever you are. Relax yourself. Relax your mind. Relax your arms. No tension in your shoulders. Just relax. And take a very deep breath 3 times. Once it's done, just let your breath flow as the way it is, as natural it is. Just merely observe your breath as the way it is. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Observe your breath while you are listening to my Pali Metta chanting. Ahang avero homi abhyapajo homi anigo homi sukhi attanang pariharami. Now, please create a very tender smile on your face. You are a very happy person with smiling face. Keep smiling because smiling is the sign of great blessing. Please be aware of the real meaning of the phrases which I am about to recite. May I be well and happy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from hatred. May I be free from ill will. May I take care of myself happily. May my parents be well and happy. May my sisters and brothers be well and happy. May my friends be well and happy. May everyone around me be well and happy. May all living beings be well and happy. May we all be well and happy. Before open your eyes, please again take a very deep breath 3 times. Thank you very much. Good night from Cambodia and very good morning from USA. Thank you for your kind cooperation.